I'm going to talk to you about stepping free from overthinking. As I walk you through the process, take this time to settle into a comfortable position and practice allowing thoughts and sensations with neutrality. We'll then move into the meditation together. Did you know that many people don't have ongoing thoughts in their minds? You may know this, but either way, the point is, overthinking is not necessary, and it is possible to live differently. In the next few moments, I will tell you why overthinking happens. I will provide a conceptual framework to understand how to stop it. And then we will move into a guided meditation to practice what you have learned. When trauma teaches the nervous system that the world is unpredictable or unsafe, hypervigilance develops. The mind then overproduces thoughts to scan for danger, anticipate threats, and manufacture control. Overthinking is the nervous system's attempt to prevent distress when paradoxically it ends up causing it. Overthinking is often an attempt to control life at the situational level. We do this because we have never been taught that feeling our emotions can be uncomfortable or painful, but it is not dangerous. For example, imagine being in a meeting with a boss who has poor anger regulation. We might soften our tone, over-reassure him, or present everything as on track, even when there are issues. We might even push our team too hard just to produce results that will keep him calm. This is management at the situational level. We are trying to regulate his nervous system because we don't feel equipped to handle what happens in ours when he becomes angry. If we knew that emotions can be painful but not dangerous, and process those very feelings that arise in us when he gets angry, we wouldn't need to strategize so intensely. We could state the facts and let him have his big reaction. The other aspect is realizing that thoughts are constructs that are generated by the brain. They are not facts, and they are not reality. In fact, they are often nonsensical and catastrophic. Frequently, they are scripts that were programmed during childhood trauma. Thoughts are a tool that we can use or not use. Similar to speech. Speech is a tool that can serve us well. But if we did an experiment and used our speech all day, we would be spewing out nonsense. We would be exhausted, and it would make us sick. Thoughts are the same. We can get into the situation where we are using them too often, and as a result, we suppress innate systems such as our instincts and our five senses. People who live with trauma are not always good at using their senses and instincts to look after themselves. Do we put on a jumper when we're cold? Do we stretch when we're stiff? Do we ask for a hug when we need comfort? Do we ask for help at work when we're doing the job of two people? Let's go back to imagining our thoughts as a tool again. Imagine this thought tool is made of clay. The clay morphs into a shape when it wants to communicate something to us. So a specific shape may communicate, "She's mean." A different shape may communicate, "I hate that woman." A different shape may communicate, "We need milk." Another shape may communicate, "Lady at the checkout was nice last week." Or, "Those cans aren't lined up straight." Or, "I love my dog." Or, "That car's filthy." Or, "Tree wonky." Or, "Salad dinner tonight." Or, "Wrinkles." Or, Janet less wrinkles. If we take a step back, we can see that no matter the shape of the clay is just clay. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're just things, a substance, a shape that appears and then disappears, one after the other. In reality, the clay are neurons that fire electrical impulses along axons. They then release neurotransmitters across synapses to form networks that represent information, memories, predictions, or concepts. Concepts such as, I can't cope or I'm not good enough. Back to the clay. When the clay makes a shape, we can choose to see that it is just clay making a shape and wait for it to make another shape. Or we can choose to create meaning out of meaning, out of meaning, out of meaning, out of meaning, so that the clay is throwing shapes all day long. Once we realize we are not our thoughts, we have the ability to interact with them differently, and then they slow down. So when a thought appears such as, she doesn't like me, we can pause and turn towards it. We can wonder where it came from. Who had the thought? Where is the thought? Getting curious dissolves the power of the thought. We can also investigate if our body manifests a feeling because of the thought. Perhaps we feel our heart rate increase, a restlessness in our legs, or a heat in our chest. Does repeating the thought intensify the feelings or dissolve them? We can't help it when a thought pops up, but we do have some agency from that point onwards. We can decide if we will entertain consequential thoughts, or instead sit with the first thought. Think of yourself as seaweed swaying in the sea. If you have a thought, sway towards it. Look at it. Repeat it. Get curious. If you have a feeling, feel it. Allow it. Be like seaweed and meet what your mind and body manifests with neutrality and allowance. With time, everything will slow down and repeated vexations and suffering will fall away. Settle into a comfortable position. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now let the thought, I've done something wrong, appear in your mind. We'll use it to practice with, knowing it could be any thought. As you say, I've done something wrong, if you begin to generate new thoughts, return to the original. Repeat it in your mind if you need to. I've done something wrong. I'll give you some space in the audio. Try to uncover where this thought is. Does it live in your throat? Around your tongue? Towards the back of your head? Deep inside your brain? Which part of you is saying it? Who is saying it? Now keep that wonderful curiosity in place. A curiosity that is full of allowance and neutrality for the words, "I've done something wrong." Imagine yourself in a storm. There is thunder and lightning. Say the words again. "I've done something wrong." Now, with allowance and neutrality, put your attention in your body. Can you feel where the thought manifests as feelings? Is there a tightening in the head? An increase in the heart rate? A fire in the chest? Feel the sensation that is most prominent and stay with it. If another sensation becomes more prominent, feel that one instead. Allow yourself to feel the most prominent sensation with allowance and neutrality. Just like seaweed swaying in the sea, move towards the feeling that calls you and feel it. Remember that sensations and emotions can be uncomfortable and even painful, but they are not dangerous. They are literally in existence to be felt. So let us feel them. Now zoom out of this stormy image. Notice the bigger picture is a blue sky with sunshine and a pathway. Can you see how you are standing on the path under a single rain cloud saying, "I've done something wrong"? You don't need to do anything about this situation. There is nothing to fix. There is no problem to solve. There is just a feeling to feel. The next time a thought arises, stay with it, turn toward it, notice it, and feel what it creates in your body. Now take a breath in and a gentle breath out. Wiggle your toes. Thank you for joining me on the Mind-Body Mountain for this information and exercise about anxiety and overthinking. If you would like for others to also hear it, give it a share, comment or like. That helps YouTube to know it's worth putting in front of others. Bye for now.